Hello again everyone, Ageofdune here, and we're back with another League of Legends Shoutcast. This game was just a few days ago. I think it was after the most recent patch. We'll check as soon as we get in. But I decided to cast this one because it's got Scarra, and he is playing his, from what I understand, one of his favorite characters, Katarina. All the time, on Twitter and everywhere else, I see him talking about Katarina because he just loves Katarina. So I wanted to go ahead and cast a game with him playing as Katarina. A little bit, we'll see here if it is indeed in the new patch. It is. We see relic shields coming out as well as the warding totem. So yes, indeed, it is in the new patch. That's what I was really hoping. Wanting to cast more of the games now in the new patch just because it's got all that new stuff. And really, honestly, partially because, people don't know what they're doing right now. So it's all sorts of chaos. And that makes the games much more interesting to me. So much chaos, it's just great stuff. So we'll see what ends up happening in this one. We do have, on the red team, it looks like we're going to have, I'm guessing Zed top, played by KillaKast. Katarina, played by Scarra, is going to be mid, although it's looking like both of them are currently mid, but we'll see if that ends up changing later on or not. Scarra and Rengar just kind of playing around here. The AD carry is going to be Vayne, played by SuperNintendudeX. Janna is going to be played by TruVoiD, supporting the Vayne there. And finally, we've got Rammus, played by aka SleepingDAWG, as the jungle for the red team. For the blue team, I'm thinking we're probably going to see Rengar top, played by Pro Hauntzer. The Syndra will probably be mid, played by Ignaetus. Alright. Graves, played by babyeator, will be the AD carry. I'm guessing the support is Annie. Yes. Support is Annie, played by DragonWheelz. And Nautilus, played by Shroomer3, is going to be the jungle. So Rammus just took a hit there. Not a huge one. I think he'll be pretty close to full health by the time he gets back to blue. So, nothing too big there. But Annie's just kind of camping out here. We do see, of course, only 2 relic shields at the moment. I'm guessing this was actually played before everybody figured out how massively powerful Targon Shield is, or Relic Shield is. Because anytime you see a pro game, almost every time you're going to see pretty much everybody in that game getting Relic Shield, except for mid. A lot of times you don't see mid get... Oh, Janna just got caught here. She was able to shield herself, though, so she really didn't take too much damage at all. That ended up turning out okay for her. And already getting a little bit of damage there on the Annie. But yeah, you're seeing a lot of Targon shields right now, or relic shields that are built into Targon shields. And Riot did post that they do intend to nerf it apparently Monday. So that's tomorrow for me. I believe that was a few days ago for you guys, though. I think it was nerfed a few days ago. As of right now, the plan to nerf it was to remove the execute for ranged people, and then to increase the... Oh my, she almost died there. That was pretty close. Did end up surviving though. And then to increase the timer on the charges. So we'll see if they do end up going for that. If they do, you guys will be the ones to see it before this happens. And you can be like, well, yeah, that's what they did. She's down. First blood goes to the Graves. And no, Jin is not going to be able to do that. And she may end up going down for her audacity there. Oh, she's still alive. Nope, she goes down. And Graves pops the summoner spell there. I can't even think of the name right now. Barrier. He pops his barrier to survive that. Ooh, in came a gank up top. Let's watch this whole thing. No, I want to see this. We see Rammus coming up the river. We already saw that down there. We don't really want to watch that again. There's also a gank going mid. Okay, so there we go. Rengar's going in, and in comes the Rammus. Gets interrupted by the maiden in there. Flashes, taunts, and the Rammus easily just, or the Rengar just goes ahead and walks away. But he does end up going down thanks to the flash by the Zed there, followed by a tower tanking auto attack by Rammus. And let's go back as well a little bit more, see what happened with Nautilus here. Came in on Scarra. The stun did not hit Katarina, and she is actually going to go ahead and walk away from this. Less than half health, a little bit more than a quarter health. And she's just kind of harassing the Nautilus there. It looks like she's going to go ahead and come back into lane. But Nautilus is still there, so she's got to be careful. Now she's going in, goes ahead and gets the Ignite off on Syndra there. Down goes the Syndra. Now Nautilus is going in on her. She shun pose away. She is ignited. Is she going to survive? She's still alive. She gets pulled though by Nautilus, and down she ends up going. Or he, really, because it's Scarra. But we're going to go with she because it's Katarina. I'll probably alternate between them, honestly, depending on... I don't know. Depending on whatever my brain says at the time, honestly. But yeah. So that was not too bad there. It was a 1-for-1, but the support got the kill for the blue team, whereas the AP carry got the kill for the red team, which does mean that Scarra is going to be coming back into lane a little bit ahead of Syndra. Syndra's currently got double Dorans, whereas Katarina, oh my, nice. Just barely missed that stun again. Had he hit the stun, the Rammus probably would have ended up dying there, but he did miss the stun again, and Rammus managed to escape this. Janna and Annie just trading auto attacks here. But yeah, we do see that Katarina's coming back into lane with an Amplifying Tome, Boots of Speed, and a Doran Shield versus the double Doran's Ring of Syndra. So that does put Katarina a little bit ahead. And we do see Vayne melting here again. She is barely going to survive this. Okay, there we go. She is indeed going to survive it. And the Annie got really low as well. So now they're actually even there. And we just saw another gank mid. Rammus is ganking like crazy. Oh, that's actually a double gank here. There we go. Those are the fun ones when you're not actually being part of them. Although they can be part of them if you're the one, you know, getting the counter gank off and everything. But anyway, so Scar's doing a lot of damage there. Oh, nice. He's got really good dodging. It's one of the great things about Katarina. In comes the Nautilus. In goes the Rammus. Gonna go ahead, go in on the Syndra. Taunts her there. Nautilus is chasing. Oh, is she going to go down? I think, yes, she does go down to red buff. Now Nautilus turned around. Was chasing the Katarina. It decided against it, though. And there we go. Rammus is going to get out of this with his Powerball. So, sorry, Nautilus. You're not really going to get too much out of this at all. It does mean that Katarina got an assist now, whereas the Syndra did not. So she's currently 0-2-1 versus 1-1-1, and that definitely puts Scarra in the lead there. Vayne did get forced to go back, and that's really not going too well for the red team, but on the other hand, it is Vayne. We've got a Graves versus Vayne. It's to be expected, really, that Graves and Annie are just going to completely dominate the lane when it's a Janna Vayne. I mean, Vayne does not do that well early game, and Graves has pretty much all of his stuff in the early game. So if they do make it to late game, Vayne definitely outscales Graves. So they've just got to go ahead, keep them from going too crazy, and then they can go ahead, get to the late game, and she'll end up being okay. We look at the CS-wise, she's only 5 behind, which is actually pretty impressive, given the fact that he's 2-0-0. Oh, in they go. A lot of damage went in there on the Zed. Rengar was able to go ahead, toss his E, I believe. Yeah, Bolo. Yep. Bola. Not Bolo. Bola. Empowered Bola strike. Holy cow, I said it again. Empowered Bolo strike, and that rooted him for a little bit there. And yet again, we see Syndra quite a bit behind Katarina. And there's an MIA ping from the blue team saying, hey, we don't know where Janna is. She might be ganking. No, she's not. She was going back. And Nautilus looks like he's going to go ahead and go invade. No, he's coming down for a gank. There are no wards in the river, so Vayne's got to be careful here. In comes Nautilus. There we go. The stun comes out from Annie. They're going in on the Vayne. Vayne's getting really low here. She does go ahead and condemn Nautilus against the wall, but she goes down to the graves there. And the Nautilus tried to land the hook on the Janna, did not end up landing it. In comes another gank on Syndra here. She punted him back. He went ahead and taunted her out, but she does not end up going down to that. And the tower shots end up doing about the same amount of damage that she took. So that did not go too well at all for the red team. Definitely could have gone better. And down bottom, we've got Graves and Annie pushing it up to the tower again. Which is going to force Janna to be very cautious and to just kind of chill out back here. There's a lot of MIA pings from them saying, hey, watch out, we don't know where Katarina is, which honestly, they don't. And now they do because she's coming back into lane. But it did force the Graves Annie to go ahead and back off. The blue buff is going to Rammus. Honestly, a good idea. Katarina doesn't need it nearly as much as Rammus does. And they're still doing a really decent amount there. And we do see them yet again pushing it up to the tower. Annie is 5, Graves is 6, whereas Vayne is only 5, and Janna is 4. So definitely has the lead here. Oh, in came the Rammus though. Went ahead, did, I think, powerball her. She got stunned against the wall there thanks to the condemn, and down she goes to Rammus. And that means that is going to get that assist for Vayne, helping her to get back into this game. We do see another gank coming in mid. This lane has had a ton of ganks this game. In comes the... Oh, no, he's not coming in yet. Katarina is 7. Syndra is also 7. There we go. There comes the ulti. In comes the ulti from Nautilus, but it's a little too late. And Scarra is able to just burst down that Syndra with no problem whatsoever. And he missed his grab there, so he did not get to keep her under the tower. Rengar is just kind of roaming around. It looks like he might be coming down bottom. Or not bottom, but mid. He went ahead, pushed it to the tower, and he is indeed coming down. There's the MIA ping from Zed saying, watch out. Katarina is hanging out here a little bit too far up. She's doing a lot of damage to the Nautilus. Now she sees the Rengar coming in, gets pulled by Nautilus, and she's going to try to burst him down, but she does not manage to do it. So he does end up surviving just barely, but survive he does. So that was a very nice little gank there by the Rengar. She tried to make the best of it and take him down, but it did not end up happening. But Zed's taking this opportunity to go ahead and push this to the tower, making that Rengar miss quite a bit of CS. And Rengar's actually going back, so he's going to miss even more now as well. Vayne is going back again. She is still only level 5 versus a level 6 Graves. It's not looking too good at all. Although not too bad. They're still 1 level behind. And, well, honestly, probably more than a level. If we look at the actual experience totals, we've got, he's almost 7. She is... Actually, no, it's right about 1 level, actually. Alright, so we had another gank come in here. Zed did manage to take down the tower. In comes Rammus for the counter gank. In goes the ulti from Zed. Zed's getting really close. He's gonna go down. He does indeed go down. Rammus is trying to do his best to take down the Rengar, but that's not gonna work, so he's gonna try to get out of it now. Gets boloed by the Rammus, and I think the Nautilus just flashed there. He did. He flashed in front to go ahead and interrupt the powerball there. In comes Katarina for a gank down bottom, though. Going in, gonna go ahead, go in on the Annie, I guess. There we go, going in on the Annie. Indeed, she does get stunned by Annie, but the slow comes out from Janna. The punt up from the tornado as well, but Graves was able to do enough damage to Katarina there to force her back. And we have Syndra coming in for another gank, or for a gank of her own as well. She went ahead and used that ball. She's probably gonna punt it right onto Scarra. But, I guess she missed it, but it's okay. She had her ulti ready, and she just went and ulted Scarra right there. Wham! I do like that. That's a cool little ulti. Now Zed's back up here, though. He's going in on the Rengar, and he's not going to be able to do it thanks to his cooldowns, unfortunately. So the Rengar is going to get out of this. It's actually pretty close. Oh, what's he doing? He's coming in with his ulti. There we go. Goes in on the Zed. Zed is melting, and down goes Zed. Dang! Rengar was able to just burst him down instantly. And down bottom, we got shut down for Vayne. Good job, Vayne. In comes the Rammus. Powerball. Nope. He's going to go ahead. Is he going to taunt? He does go ahead and taunt the Graves here. Vayne's going in, and this is where we see the shutdown. Vayne did a lot of damage. He actually got hurt pretty low, too. So had Annie stuck around, they actually might have been able to take down the Vayne before that. But at the same time, I don't really blame her for not sticking around, because you always got to worry about the enemy just kind of bursting you down. But Nautilus is here to help. Rammus is still around, so he's going to come in for another gank. And is he going to use this? Oh, he gets grabbed there by the Q. And he's going to pull him out a little bit, but nothing too much. And Vayne is just farming minions anyway, so it's not going to matter too much. Oh, Janna got rooted in place. No big deal, though. Rengar went ahead and took down the top tower since he had forced the Zed back so soon after killing him that other time. And there we go. Katarina pushed this to the tower, but unfortunately it was just in time for Syndra to get here. So there will be no lost CS. Lots of MIA pings here. Oh, the ulti comes out from Nautilus going in on the Vayne. Vayne's trying to roll away from it. The ulti comes out from Annie but misses. And there's the flash from Vayne. So Vayne is going to survive this, but she's going to be forced back. This tower's just about dead. And I have a feeling we're probably about to see Graves and Annie go ahead and come up and destroy that tower. Janna might be able to save it, but honestly, I kind of doubt it. We shall soon see. There is the I'm on my way ping. It looks like it's from Zed, who is indeed on his way. And no, we actually did not see them go ahead and go in. She does go ahead, shield it up, but it's still going to go down to the minions. Her shield was not quite enough, so down it goes. There we go. In they go on the Syndra. Syndra's in for a world of hurt here. Punts the Katarina back, but in comes everybody else, and she's just gonna melt here. She goes down to Scarra. She thought she only had to deal with the Katarina there, but unfortunately for her, she was dealing with 3 people. That was a massive gank there. Rammus went ahead, tanked the towers, or the tower, so that they could go ahead and do all that damage to her and just burst her down. Janna went ahead, put a pink ward in here in Dragon, the Undying pink ward, and it is going to pick up the fact that Nautilus and Graves are coming down here, but these guys are going to be able to take it down. So unfortunately, that didn't really work for too long at all. In some ways that's good, in some ways that's bad, you know? Pink wards are more just... Pink wards are more of a just getting rid of wards thing instead of actual vision themselves. I mean, they can be used for vision if it's in a spot that people don't usually go directly through, like in a bush in a certain spot or something like that. But usually if it is a spot that people go through a lot, they're going to be taken out. But it does give you a little warning when that happens. So in comes the Rengar, does have the ulti going, jumps in on Scarra, and Scarra just melts there, ends up going down to the Syndra actually. And now Syndra and Rengar are actually pushing this up to the tower. Rammus is doing his best to defend it. In comes the Nautilus though, so they are going to force him back. And he's going to have to walk back to that second tower. This tower is going to take a decent amount of damage from them. They're currently just tanking it like nothing. There we go. Stun lands from the Nautilus. They're going in on Rammus. Rammus' ulti comes out and burst. Much burst from the Syndra there. Down goes the Rammus. And down goes the mid tower. Zed is pushing top. And there's a lot of pings saying, hey, I'm coming here. As we do indeed see Katarina coming down. The burst comes out from Annie and Graves though. And just shoves that Vayne into death. In came the Katarina. The barrier comes out from Graves. The stun comes out from the Janna, and down goes the Graves to Katarina. Katarina's now going in on the Annie. Annie is gonna go down. He does indeed. Katarina goes and shun pose to him and does the little spinny move. What is that spinny move? Yep, that's the one. Sinister Steel. And now she's going in on the Nautilus. Probably not going to be able to burst him down. He's pretty darn tanky. In comes the Janna, though, so they may actually be able to do it in a 2. And, oh, he flashes over the wall, so there will be no death from Nautilus. In comes the Syndra. Is forced back by the Rammus, though, so she won't be going in. And in comes Scarra to go ahead and go in on her. A lot of damage coming out from Rammus. She's getting pretty low here. Shunpo comes out from Katarina, goes in on her, and down she goes, but she manages to take down the Katarina beforehand. Zed ends up getting the kill there. In comes the ulti from Zed, going in on the Nautilus. Nautilus is gonna die. Nautilus does indeed die to Vayne. And the stun comes out from Annie on Vayne. Vayne's getting pretty low here already. And she's still gonna escape here. Not too bad. But she's gonna be forced back. Indeed, she is going back. And we have Rengar going ahead, warding up that bush. And is he gonna... No, he's not. Okay. He's coming in on Janna, though, and Janna's a little out of position. He's probably going to bolo her very quickly. There we go. There's the bolo. She's slow, and she's going to die. Unless she has flash. No, she does not. She died. Goodbye, Janna. She was a little too far forward, honestly. And I don't think she has boots or anything. No, she doesn't have boots. So, yeah, she was definitely too far forward for what she has. Alright, and we have Graves and Annie still mid. Looks like they're going to go start heading bot, though, now. Still haven't seen Dragon go down, which is kind of surprising. A lot of times in the diamond level games, we see Dragon go down a whole lot earlier. Although with the new Dragon, since it gives so much less early, I do kind of wonder if we'll be seeing considerably fewer early Dragons like that, as it is somewhat of a risk early on, and with it giving less global gold than it used to, it may actually be something we see delayed a bit. Katarina and Syndra both just kind of walking around here. Nice stun from the Syndra. Rammus is still going to try to get there. Slowed by the Syndra, and he's not going to be able to get there. No stun for you. Annie's sitting there in that bush. She stuns the Janna, but nothing too big there. Another stun from Syndra, and slow does not end up landing. In comes the Nautilus and the Rengar. These guys are trying their best to get out. All grouped together. Rengar goes in on Rammus, and I think Rammus is going to go down. Oh, out comes the ult from Nautilus, and the Katarina gets ulted under the tower. Rammus did end up surviving, and the... Wow. Rengar just barely survived that. Janna went down to Graves, and now Katarina's in a little bit of trouble here. Shunpo's out. She's going to be fine, but she did not end up being able to finish off the Rengar. One more hit would have done it, but it was not to be. Zed is still pushing top, and we did just see the blue ping saying, hey, we should go stop that. But in the meantime, Nautilus and Graves are both going in on the dragon here. It is warded by the red team, so the red team knows it, but they're not really able to stop it. There's really nothing they could do about it. So down goes the dragon, and we see Syndra and Annie both going in on this tower, doing a decent amount to it. In comes the Rammus, though, trying to go in on the Syndra, gets knocked back by her ability there. In comes the Zed, though. She's getting pretty low, and out comes the ulti there from Zed. Stun from Annie, and the ulti from Syndra means that Zed is just going to die. Wow. He just melted there. That's one of the great things about Syndra. Syndra has a ton of burst. And that ulti, you aren't going to be avoiding it. The more balls she has in play, the more damage she does. That's exactly what we saw there. So we do see them going ahead, taking down the inner tower in mid lane and continuing to push here. There's really not much that the red team can do to stop it, as they only have 4 members of the team up, and Rammus is still trying to go back so he can get into position. The blue team is forced back, though. They're kind of afraid, as they do know that everybody's coming up now. So they are running away now. They're going to go ahead and take down this blue buff here, I guess. Not sure who it's going to end up going to. It goes to Nautilus. Not surprised. That's what I expected. But at the same time, you never can tell, really. And the red team's trying to catch him and get it, but I don't think that's going to end up happening. Rammus is doing his best to try to chase this down. Nope. Now they're pinging Rengar. Apparently they're wanting to go for Rengar. Rengar's in a little bit of trouble here. In comes the Rammus Q, I believe. There we go. They see Rengar. Oh, do they see Rengar? There we go. Nice. I like the use of the scanner there. And they are going to be able to take down this Rengar indeed. Just saw the Deathfire Grasp come out there from Katarina. Went ahead and just bursted him down. That is one of the great things about the scanner. Yes, you're stealth, but it really doesn't matter because we can see you anyway. Sorry. And now they're going in on the Annie. Trying to get to her. Is he going to taunt? He does manage to taunt. Now they're going in on her, and down she goes to Zed. Syndra now is being chased. She forced them back there. They're still chasing after. The Powerball comes out from Rammus. There we go. Interrupts her. Out comes the ulti there from Zed. She's trying to take down the Katarina. Katarina jumps in for the kill. And by doing so, dodged the ball of Syndra. So there we go. There is another kill. Now Vayne's in a little bit of trouble as well down bottom, trying to go in on Nautilus, but she just got bursted by Graves. He came around from behind her here. Well, let's just see the whole thing. Yeah, he came in for right here, came in around behind her. She had no idea what was going on. And right about now she knows. She saw him, so she went ahead and tried to tower dive this, but he put up his shield, and she ended up going down pretty fast there. Zed's farming. Everybody's farming. So a lot of people are, not so thrilled about the greater totems there. I've seen a lot of complaints on them on Reddit and such. It does kind of shut down the jungle a bit, because in some ways at least, laners do actually have their wards. But the thing is, to me, I don't know, it just seems to not be the case as much. Up until 9, I will say. Because these things have a lower cooldown, they have a higher cooldown than the wards actually last for before 9. Oh, is he going to save this? Oh, no, he still goes down. Rengar's going to die, though, for it. Is he? Is he? No, in comes Nautilus, so Rammus is not going to be able to take this out. But yeah, to me, it seems that because of the cooldown there, you're not always going to have that. So at least before 9, it seems that you should be able to get some ganks off. You just have to get it at the right times. Nice damage there, but the ulti comes out from Syndra, manages to take her down, but Rammus is able to finish off the Syndra, and Janna comes in for the save. Saves Rammus, but out comes the ulti onto her from Nautilus, and she goes down. Rammus is still trying to get out. He's going to powerball his way out of it. Oh, he's stuck there. I'm not sure what exactly stuck him, but he stopped there, and that ended up getting him killed. I didn't see him get stunned or anything, so I don't know if he stopped or if it just was a bug in his client or what. But either way, it didn't go too well at all. Vayne is down bot, pushing here, and we've got Zed trying to save this tower. Not going to happen, and now he's going to die for it too. Down he goes, and Vayne is still just pushing. Rengar's pushing top. Vayne, Katarina and Janna just respawned, but they're not going to be able to stop this. Down goes the inhibitor, And Syndra is down there to stop the Vayne. Rengar's still pushing top. There's a nice minion wave there. And I don't think we're going to see too much action down here. We might see some down here. Vayne's doing a decent amount of harass there to Syndra. Well, a little bit. But still going to be forced back by Syndra. Syndra does have a ton of burst. But these guys are being forced back as well. There goes the stun onto Katarina. Katarina's now chasing down the Annie. And she's about to get caught there because it's a nice little trap. There we go. In goes the Nautilus. Misses that. The Deathfire Grasp comes out from Katarina. And she's still being forced to run, but the Rammus is there, going in, and in comes the Zed as well. The tornado comes out from Janna, interrupts the Q from Nautilus, out comes his ulti, and punts everybody up. Annie is just about dead. One more hit's going to finish her off. Down she goes. The Nautilus is trying to run away up here. Wait, where did the Katarina die? Hold up. Alright, here's Katarina. How did you die? What are you doing? Stop. Alright. How did you die, Scarra? There we go. That's how he died. In came the stealth Rengar. Ended up killing her. I don't know what's going on with my timer there. Rengar was also able to... Oh, never mind. I thought he insta-burst the Zed, but he did not. But it was okay. He still went down. And I think Nautilus may end going down before they go down, but I don't know. No, he's going to survive this. Is Rammus? No, because Rammus got hit by the Nautilus pull there. Oh, he still might. He still might. Gets boloed by the Rengar though, and down he ends up going to the graves. Yeah, you can stop that. There we go. Now it's gone. Now we don't have to worry about that anymore. That was pretty annoying. Okay, so the blue team is just regrouping now. Gonna go ahead and head back, and they're pretty happy with themselves after that little bit. Bot lane is pushing again. The mid lane, of course, is pushing as it's got super minions. And top lane is currently pushing. They still have a tower top. They still have a tower bot. Actually, 2 towers bot. I'm not counting the Nexus towers, of course. They've still got a decent number of towers, so it's not too late for them. It's still possible to come back. It's a whole lot more rare in diamond level games, but I mean, it's not impossible. Silver level games, it happens all the time. As long as your teammates don't give up, you're almost always going to end up having some sort of comeback. So Zed's down here pushing. Thought he was going to go ahead and push this out. And still pushing. In comes the Rengar from behind him though. Stealth Rengar going in on the Zed, and wham! Almost insta-kills him, and the Nautilus comes in for 1 hit, and the Rengar finishes him off again. Rengar does a lot of damage. Now they're going in on the Rammus. Rammus has got to watch out. It looks like he's going to go for that. Out comes the Powerball, interrupts onto the Nautilus, and we see Vayne coming around behind them. Vayne's got her really low. She may end up going down here. 1 more hit will do it. Out comes the stun from Annie. Rammus goes in, does manage to take down the Syndra, but the Annie got the Vayne in the meantime. So Rammus is doing his best to get out. He's still picked up with a ward, but I think he's going to make it out of this. He is indeed. Rengar is currently chasing Katarina, and I think he can go ahead and get her using this bush. Oh, he didn't use the bush. So she may end up... Oh, the Bolo comes out. She's going to die. Goodbye, Katarina. And Rammus is still actually... Don't know that I agree with his decision to go ahead and farm here. He actually might have gotten out had he not decided to do that. He's going to go ahead and Powerball soon. There we go. There's the Powerball, but in comes the Annie, and he's going to go down. Did he really come up here and farm? Alright, so he ran away from him, and he knows he's really low. He really should have gone back. Gone down to their jungle and gone back. But he actually did, yes. He came up here to farm. Pushing this lane back. I mean, I can understand pushing the lane back, but at the same time, he would have survived had he just gone back. Had he gone down this way and into their jungle, he actually would have survived. But instead, he decided to come up here and try to push that lane back, and I just ended up getting him killed. I don't know. When you're playing the games, it's a whole different thing. I guess he thought that they weren't going to come for him, but they did. Zed's down here, pushing down here again. He's fine this time. Well, for now. Rengar's on his way down, though, so maybe not so much. Syndra's also on his way over, and Rengar's coming around from behind him. And he's got his ulti on, so he's going in. I think the ulti's going to wear off. In goes the Syndra, and in goes the Zed onto Syndra. He's going to be able to burst her down. Yes, she goes down. Now he's trying to get out of this. Gets boloed by the Rengar, still running away. Gets another bola, and he's going to go down to this. It was a 1-for-1, though, so that's not too bad. Is he going to shadow it? Nope. Out comes another bola. And he goes down. Oh, up here though, we had Annie going down, it looked like. There we go. Alright, why are you going so fast? There we go. Graves going in on the Vayne, took a lot of damage there. In comes the Rammus, gonna go ahead, insta-burst with Katarina, the Annie there. And now Katarina's trying to chase down the Graves. I'm not sure it's gonna happen. Graves is pretty fast. Oh, it might though, because Rammus is coming in with Powerball. He's gonna be able to make it there. Yes! No, he doesn't. There we go. Okay, so the Katarina shunpoed to him, and Rammus said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and head down here on the off chance that he makes it around. But Katarina was able to go ahead and burst him down. Now the Janna and Vayne are chasing down Nautilus. Flash came out from Janna, but in come Rammus and Katarina, and down goes the Nautilus. Tried to get out of it, did not end up going. I think his the lights of his eyes should go out when he dies. I mean, he's dead, right? I mean, that's the whole thing about being dead. Once you die, the lights go out in your eyes. His continue glowing. Maybe he's not dead after all. So Zed's going to go ahead and push up here. And yet again, we've got them pushing here. Vayne's gone back down bottom and pushing. They are doing a really good job of keeping their lanes pushed. Except for mid, obviously, because, you know, the whole super minion thing. But they're keeping their lanes really pushed, which means that once they die, which they do seem to be doing a lot of, once they do die, the enemy team is not able to capitalize on it too much. Oh, in goes the Zed onto Syndra. In comes the Annie, though, and he just gets bursted down. A little bit of damage there from his ulti, but it's not going to be enough. Were it not for Annie, he would have been okay. But Annie was able to go ahead and save him. Now Rengar's going in on the Janna. The Bolas are keeping her CC'd. He's going to take her down. One more little hit's going to do it. He is ignited her, and down she ends up going. Graves is now chasing Vayne. Little bit. Now he's mostly just farming it up. And Annie took down Katarina. How did Katarina? Why was Katarina out here? Alright, so there we go. In came the Katarina. Going after Rengar, I guess. There we go. Saw the Rengar there. Had no idea Annie was there, though. And just got insta-bursted by the Rengar-Annie combo. Ulti came out from Annie. And Katarina did not stand a chance versus that. Red's going to Rengar. There was a ping from Rammus. He's coming in, but he's not going to be able to do anything because Graves is already long gone. He was picked up by the ward there as well. So Graves is being fairly cautious. In goes the Zed onto Nautilus. Neither one's really going to be able to do too much. Zed does a decent amount of damage. Oh, in came the Rammus, though, and that's a 2 versus 1 now. Out comes the ulti from the Nautilus. In comes Annie. Down goes the Zed thanks to that Annie burst again. And now Rammus is on the run. Tornado comes out, does not end up hitting anyone, and Rammus is going back in because Katarina's here. She managed to insta-burst down the Nautilus, but the Syndra was able to burst her down in addition with the Annie, who is now on a killing spree. Annie does a lot of damage, especially now that she's able to build AB. Look at this. She's got Deathfire Grasp, Haunting Guise, and a Blasting Wand, as well as Sorcerer's Shoes. This is an AP Annie in essence. Oh, the taunt comes out, but gets cleansed immediately by Graves, so the Rammus will not be able to do too much there. The stun comes out from Syndra, and Tornado hits Annie. Just Annie. It looked like it hit Syndra, but apparently it didn't. Now the red team's got to push the mid lane back again. Bot lane is still pushed in favor of the red team, although it looks like the blue team's going to start pushing now. I could be wrong, but I think so. And we have the red team going into their jungle in a very dangerous way. Rammus goes in, taunts the Syndra, down goes the Syndra. Yes, indeed. Rengar comes in, just to, actually insta-burst the Vayne. Janna goes down as well to Rengar, and Graves was able to take down the Rammus. Now Katarina's walking away trying to get out of this, sees the Graves, insta-bursts him. No, he ends up surviving. Barely, but he does survive, but Zed's going to be able to take her down. Rengar and Annie came in and just bursted her down, though. And now Zed is on the run from Rengar. Rengar, I'm not sure who will win this one. It was a 1-for-1. 1-for-1, but shut down gold to Zed. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter. Well, actually, I don't know. It does. I mean, Vayne and Janna are coming back up now, so they are going to be able to save this. I was about to say it doesn't matter because their tower's going to go down, but those two respawn just in time, and they are going to be able to save this tower. So, 500 gold there to Zed, and that may end up being enough to push it into their favor. I don't know. We'll have to see. There are a lot of minions here on this tower, though, preventing pretty much all the other minions. So, as of right now, all the other lanes are going to continue pushing. as all these minions are being forced back by these super minions here. Blue team's having to clear these out, and it's getting really difficult for them. There's a big wave down here, and there is nothing to stop it. We're about to see a very small wave of caster minions. I don't think it's going to get there in time. Now these ones are trying to separate out, but they are going to run across that. And Syndra just burst down the Katarina. What is Katarina? Hey, Katarina, we're going to watch you for a second. So she's coming down, probably to check out the blue. Does indeed see the blue, and jumps in, ultis on the Nautilus, but unfortunately she didn't realize that Syndra was there. So the ulti from Syndra came out and just bursted her down, and not too much happened to Nautilus. That was actually kind of silly, but they are going in here. The Rammus and the Zed came in, and I believe the Zed went ahead and ultied her. Yes, he did indeed, so she went down. So that was a 1-for-1, not too bad there. There's a huge wave of minions down here that Rammus is coming to farm up and push back. And he's got the Sunfire Cape, which makes that a whole lot easier. Nautilus was able to go ahead and get that dragon. And Zed's going top to farm again. Alright. Still just pushing down here. And Nautilus is pushing mid. Not that he really needs to, but it does get him that extra farm. If we look at the farm right now, and it's only about 30. Approximately. For there. 20-ish. There, not quite 20. Pretty close. Oh! Rengar goes in on the Rammus, and Rammus is just going to go ahead and sit there. Nope, he's going to try to get out now. Bola'd, and is he going to get out? Oh, he goes down to the second Bola. So he is indeed going to go down. That Rengar is super dangerous. Clearing out wards here, and now Nautilus and Annie, as well as soon Graves, are going in on this Baron. Nautilus actually put a pink ward out here. Go ahead and see if they were here, because that's about all he had, I guess. I guess his token is on cooldown. It is indeed on cooldown. No, we want to see this. We'll come. You know what? No. Okay, we'll watch that, and then we'll come back up here to them. Yep, we'll watch the Rengar go ahead and kill the Zed again. Maybe. Actually, I don't know, because Zed knows he's here this time. So in goes the Zed, jumps in. There's the ulti, and he's just bursting him down. The Rengar's trying to go ahead and burst him down, and he ends up. Zed actually takes him down, but the blue team does manage to get the Baron Nashor, and that is going to scare the red team back. Katarina was here, was not able to do anything. I don't think she had wards or anything either. So down goes the Baron, and Annie burst comes out with the Syndra burst, and Vayne goes down. Now the ulti comes out from Nautilus. Down goes the Janna. Rammus is unwisely coming in. In goes Katarina, the ulti there. Triple kill from Annie. And down goes the Katarina pretty much instantly. Now Rammus is dead. Zed's coming in to try to mop this up, but it's not going to end up happening. He does take down the Syndra, but he died to Graves. So down goes the inhibitor, and this is probably going to be GG. There we go. And he's tanking the tower for a couple seconds, but not for too long. I want to see a little bit more than this. Come on now. There we go. We are about to see the end of the game. So that is a victory for the blue team. Poor Scarra. He has been complaining a lot about him not really being impressed with how strong Katarina is. So I don't know. Maybe that's part of it. Who knows? But he did get to play his character and he likes her, so that's all that matters, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.